Working with a towed camera allows for efficient benthic sampling. This informative step-by-step video demonstrates how to set up, deploy, and operate a Ski Monkey camera, as well as how to follow post-deployment protocols. First up, a system overview. The Ski Monkey benthic camera system is a passive towed camera mounted on a squat stainless steel frame resting on two 10 cm wide skis. It consists of an underwater module containing pressure housings that are fitted with a Canon EOS 760D camera, capturing both video and still images, 2 LED lights and flashes to illuminate the seabed, and 3 scaling lasers to quantitatively scale the seafloor images. The pressure housings are set at a 45-degree angle relative to the horizontal plane and are approximately 90 centimeters above the substratum. Also attached to the camera frame is a MicroCat CTD, which records salinity, temperature, and depth during the camera transect. An additional sensor is attached to the frame for collecting dissolved oxygen data. The Ski Monkey is powered by a rechargeable battery bank and weighs approximately 450 kilograms. It's capable of sampling up to a 700-meter depth. Therefore, its deployment requires a large ocean-going research ship with a scientific winch, A-frame, and steel conducting cable. Being a passive system, there is no remote control over its precise movements, but electronic control of the camera, light settings, and live feed of what the camera sees and senses is provided by a data connection over the sea cable to a ship-based control station. All camera, navigation, and science parameters can be controlled remotely via the Ski Monkey software application. Please note that due to operation via a sea cable, there is some lag in the communications from the Ski Monkey to the ship-based control station. Let's move on to the pre-deployment protocols. Before survey mobilization, technicians should allow enough time to set up, service, and test all equipment. This can take between half a day to a full day. The mechanical attachment and setup for towed deployment. In its towed configuration, the load-bearing attachment of the camera system to the sea cable is done using 4 strops. These are heavy-duty chains running from the camera frame to the steel dead end or mechanical strain relief point at the end of the sea cable. The chains are sheathed in PVC tubing to avoid damaging the camera frame. The strops are attached to the top rear lugs of the camera unit and to the lower forward lugs on the ski frame. The respective lengths of these upper and lower chain pairs should create a forward pitch from vertical of approximately 25 degrees when the camera is lifted off the deck by the sea cable. This angled pitch allows the camera system to land on the seafloor with the rear ski frame touching down first. 2 subsurface floats are attached at set positions to the frame, one to the front and one to the rear. The former is to prevent the sea cable from obstructing the image, and the latter is to ensure an angled drop of the Ski Monkey on the seabed. All attachment points should always be carefully checked for closure and have their pins secured with wire or cable ties. The electronic connection and setup. The electronic connection between the Ski Monkey and the operations laptop is set up by connecting the ship's winch output to the surface modem and the deployment end of the winch cable to the camera itself. In turn, the modem is connected to the laptop in the operations room. The conducting cores at the deployment end of the sea cable will have an appropriate pigtail with a matching underwater connector that plugs into the Ski Monkey bulkhead. This should always be connected carefully, paying attention to the alignment of the silver locator pin and 2 or more copper live pins. Once plugged in, the connector will have an outer lock ring that needs to be screwed over. This should only be finger tight. Just remember that the pigtail should be secured to the frame in a manner that allows it to be unaffected by the action of the Ski Monkey during operation. So here we go. Connect the ship's winch output via the Science Electronics panel to the surface modem port labeled Line 2. Connect the power supply to the surface modem port labeled P. Connect the Ethernet cable to the surface modem port labeled Ether 1. Connect the other end of the Ethernet cable to the operator laptop. Ensure the PGM button is in the center position. Connect the C cable to the Ski Monkey connector. Turn on the Ski Monkey by turning the power switch until it clicks. Now that the Ski Monkey is powered up, it will initiate communications with the Surface modem and operations laptop. This connection is indicated by the LED link lights on the back of the Surface modem. Upon power up, this light will initially blink, but once it becomes a solid light, the connection has been established. Open the SX Virtual Link software on the operator laptop. Initially, the list will be blank, but as the SkiMonkey systems are enumerated, 3 devices will be listed. If the device status does not read "You are connected," right-click on the device and click Connect. Launch the SkiMonkey controller software once all 3 devices are enumerated and connected. From the File menu, select the Connect option. Open the DSLR Remote Pro software. The software should automatically connect to the SkiMonkey camera. If it does not connect, click on Camera and then Connect to Camera. Ensure that the time and date are synced to the ship time. This can be done by navigating to Camera and then Set Date or Time and Owner String. Open the Live View window by clicking on Camera and then Live View. Remember, always ensure that images are only stored on the camera. To do so, click on Camera and then Save to Camera Only. Take a preview image to ensure that the camera is working through the Surface modem. To do so, press the F9 key or the Preview button in the top right-hand corner of the DSLR Remote Pro window. Run a deck test to ensure that the LED spots and lasers are switching on and off. To conserve energy, it is good practice to switch off the LED spots until the SkiMonkey has reached the sea floor. Don't forget that the SkiMonkey lasers can cause severe eye damage, so make sure they're switched off prior to deployment and before the SkiMonkey surfaces. Next up, the operating procedure. Deployment of the SkiMonkey occurs off the stern of the ship using the A-frame to lower the camera to the seabed. Once on the seafloor, the system is towed behind the ship at a speed of 0.5 to 1 knot for approximately 30 minutes, while images and videos are recorded across an approximate 300-meter transect. Consecutive, non-overlapping still photographs are taken as the camera moves and as conditions allow. Data is captured on the camera's internal storage for later download. Each transect equates to 1 station, resulting in a series of approximately 100 to 150 oblique photos and video with associated environmental data. Descending to operating depth. Determine the feasibility of deploying at the specified location with the master and cruise leader, considering the terrain, weather, ship maneuverability, and depth. Once a suitable bottom topography and depth have been observed on the ship echo sounder, the SkiMonkey can be launched. Inform the bridge personnel that you are ready to deploy and wait for confirmation that the ship is at deployment speed and approaching the start of the survey line. Following the signal to deploy, the specified deck crew should use the winch and gaffs to lift and guide the SkiMonkey into the water as the vessel begins tracking towards the start of the survey line. Deck crew should limit potential swing and impact of the SkiMonkey against the vessel. During the descent, monitor the depth from surface and altitude from seabed readings. A descent rate of 1 meter per second is recommended for deep dives more than 100 meters. Note that the altitude from the seabed reading, recorded by the SkiMonkey altimeter, will start to give consistent results when the SkiMonkey reaches an altitude of 50 meters above the seabed. When the SkiMonkey reaches an altitude of 10 meters off the seabed, slow the descent rate down to 0.3 meters per second. Switch on the laser and light modules by selecting the Lasers and Lights checkboxes in the Lights and Power control group box. Once landed, inform the vessel master and winch operator and continue to spool out some cable to compensate for the ship's heaving. To take still images, adjust the camera settings and focus using the DSLR Remote Pro interface. It's recommended that the manual focus mode is used initially to force correct focus on the seabed. Adjust the focus in the Live View window by using the arrow buttons. Once the Live View image is focused, take a preview image and wait for the results to upload. Repeat this process until the desired results are achieved. To take high-resolution still images, click the Shutter Release button in the DSLR Remote Pro window. Use either known manual exposure settings or auto exposure. If the substratum is undulating or uneven, it's advised that you use the autofocus setting. To record videos, enable video mode by pressing the video button in the live view window. Next, click on the record button. A timer will start to run showing the recording duration. Autofocus is enabled throughout the video transect. Still images can be taken while a video track is being recorded. To stop recording a video track, click on the record button again. To go back to still image capture mode, close and then reopen the live view window. Moving on to operating speed, cable management and the start of the scientific transect. Once the exposure settings and focus are set, the vessel should move off at 0.5 to 1 knot. This speed is largely dependent on swell, current, wind and substratum type. As the cable slack is taken up, keep watch on the live feed for cable behavior and initial camera movement, as the camera may have landed facing in the wrong direction. If this happens, haul in the cable until the camera is a few meters off the bottom and attempt to land the camera again. Once the camera begins to move, pay out cable at a speed of 0.15 meters per second until the desired length of cable is extended. The cable out length for a 45-degree towing angle can be calculated by dividing the sounding by 0.57, but should be adjusted according to conditions and ship speed. As soon as the camera movement has stabilized and there's no significant hopping, make note of the time and ship position on the deck sheet and begin the scientific transect. Images and videos are captured according to the science objectives. Once the transect is complete, engage the master and winch operator for retrieval. Don't forget that the towing speed may need to be adjusted to suit sediment, substratum and ocean conditions. Keep in mind that towing speeds greater than 1 knot can affect the usability of video due to blurring. Again, the towing speed used should be recorded on the deck sheet. Let's move on to surfacing the camera. Before surfacing, switch off the laser module and LED lights. Once the ski monkey is within approximately 20 meters of the surface, inform the vessel master and crew. Once the system leaves the water, and as soon as it's safe to do so, the crew should grab hold of the ski monkey using gaffs. Next up, data retrieval. Footage collected during a dive can be downloaded via an Ethernet connection directly to a laptop. To connect the USB download, plug the Ethernet side of the fast download cable into the network port of the relevant computer. Locate the download port dummy plug on the ski monkey bulkhead and remove it by loosening the locking sleeve. Carefully plug in the fast download cable, being extremely careful to line the pins up correctly. On the operator laptop, if open, close the DSLR Remote Pro application, the Ski Monkey controller software and the SX Virtual Link software. Wait approximately 1 minute and reopen. In SX Virtual Link, once the camera status reads "You are connected," open the camera folder by clicking on Computer and then Camera Memory Card and copy the footage across to the laptop. After all the footage has been retrieved, the camera memory card can be cleared via the DSLR Remote Pro application by clicking Camera and then Format Memory Card. However, we recommend backing the data up on 2 hard drives before formatting. A text file is generated for every deployment. This file contains all CTD data as well as GPS data if a GPS was connected to the field laptop. Additional data such as altimeter, battery voltage and system status are also saved. The file is available in the data directory of the Ski Monkey controller software on the operator laptop. Download this file and store it in an appropriate folder. Don't forget to reconnect the dummy plug to the fast download connector so that it's prepared for the next dive. Lastly, we address the post-deployment protocols. Between deployments and overnight, the Ski Monkey should be put on charge. All attachment points and the deployment cable should be checked for damage, all components rinsed with fresh water, and the mini CTD flushed and cleaned with Triton X solution. This will leave the equipment ready for safe redeployment and in good operational condition to maximize research objectives while at sea.